Hello, I'm Sam Mentzer, the recording instructor slash manager at the Chattanooga Public Library's downtown recording studio on the second floor. Today, I'd like to talk about something called delay. So, what delay is very similar to, well, a lot of times people will call it echo. And it's pretty much the same thing. One thing I like to keep in mind is that an echo is created naturally in the environment, so in a cave, giant cavern, or something like that, whereas delay is actually created by people, specifically tape machines. So that was the original incarnation of delay effects was through tape machines, where engineers would basically route the signal back through the tape machine using a feedback loop. So then every time that signal would pass back through the output, it would lose amplitude, and it would also lose some high frequency content, because actually a tape machine is a filter, so a low pass filter. So every time that signal came through, it would lose it would get like a little bit of a more darker sound and a lower sound as it came back through. Nowadays, we don't have to worry so much about that because we use digital delays. But before that, and I'll put a link for a good example of an old school digital or old school analog tape delay that was made by a guy named Ray Butts, the Echo Sonic amp. And on the original version of Chet Atkins, Mr. Sandman, that's what it's from. So we'll put a link in there so you can listen to an old tape echo. Les Paul was another guy that was a pioneer of using tape echo. So with digital delay, though, and as you can see, the word changed from just saying tape echo to digital delay. It's a construct of mankind. So with digital delay, we have sort of endless options of how we can manipulate delays. And I'd like to listen to a few. The one that I just played, and let's pull this one up again. This is a mimic of a tape echo. So as you can see, as the echoes continued, they got lower. The delays, they continued, they got lower, and lost some high frequency content, which made them sound darker, is a way to say it, rather than brighter in the frequency spectrum. This next one's a little trippy. This is a modulation delay. Let's listen to this one. Modulation delay. As you can see, my voice is being manipulated. I'll put it down a little bit to blend it, but my voice is being modulated, so it's changing pitch, it's fluctuating pitch as those delays occur. And you can call them echoes or delay. I do it all the time. Now, this next one is called a ping pong delay. Here's your ping pong delay. As you can see, or as you can hear, the delay is actually bouncing back and forth in stereo. So ping pong delay makes use of the stereo spectrum. All those are pretty creative ways to use delay. Another one that's more on the practical side, depending on what you're going for, is actually what's known as a slapback delay. Sometimes you'll see slapback echo because it actually originated on the tape machines. Elvis Presley used one a lot. A lot of the 50s rock and roll stuff, they used the slapback delay. So here's the slapback, pretty extreme. And what it is, we'll pull it down a little bit so you can, there you go. So what the slapback actually is, it's a very, very, very short delay that almost doubles your voice or whatever it is that you're using. The Beatles were actually pioneers of using the tape machine as well. And to take it to the next step, Ken Townsend, one of the engineers, sort of created this. You'll hear it called automatic double tracking or artificial double tracking, where, say, John Lennon's singing and the doubled vocal, which is this doubled signal if he's singing into a microphone, is coming through the tape machine, going through the feedback loop. They would modulate it in pitch and then in time, so it sounded like he was double tracking, but it's just really his one voice. And this gets really more into modulation, which is something that I'm going to talk about down the road, and the different types of modulation that occurs with tape machines, like flanging and chorusing and those things. But anyway, that's one creative way to use it. And also, if your singer doesn't like the idea of double tracking, that's another good thing. So besides that, some of the other reasons that you might use it, of course, creatively, you can do all kinds of crazy things and trippy things with anything you want using delay. But something like when you heard that slapback, it can sort of like make the sound bigger, stand out in the mix more. You can add life to, say, some sort of sterile. If you just record a guitar straight in to your DAW or whatever, you can add a little delay to kind of add some life to it. It creates some natural distance between different sources. You can use delay for time gaps. So say if you have time gaps on something, if you're very rhythmic music and there's some time gaps, you can use the delay. And what's great about that is a multi-tap delay, which I didn't use because we're not playing to a beat or anything right now. But what you can do with that is sync it to the tempo. So this is great for dance music, and you can sort of fill in those gaps there, the space there with that. And then also you can use it for creating a pseudo stereo effect. So say you have your guitar on one side of your mix, and on this side you need something to balance it out in that, maybe in that frequency band or something like that, in that range. What you can do is send this guitar to a delay which is panned on this side, and then it creates this pseudo stereo sound of the guitar, where this one would be maybe a little bit behind it, which goes back into that idea of artificial double tracking. So there's a lot of cool, awesome ways that you can use delay in a mix, from the outrageous to the more practical. And I encourage you to just experiment. We have some great delays at the studio that are a lot of fun to just play with, and I hope that I will see everybody soon, and take care, and I hope that this was informative for you.